From Pasadena, California, we come to you live from Jackie Robinson Field, home of the Arroyo Seco Saints, for a Thursday afternoon matchup between the Conejo Oaks and the Arroyo Seco Saints. It's great to have you with us alongside Calvin Kaplan. I'm Sammy Fawn, and today both of these teams coming off of a home victory on Tuesday. Calvin, you and I watched the Oaks beat the Orange County Riptide 7-4 at home at Ventura College, and the Arroyo Seco Saints coming off a very exciting 9-8 10-inning walk-off victory at home this past Tuesday.
Yeah, the Saints have been a threat. They're climbing back toward playoff contention. They've won 4 out of their last 5, still 4 games out of a playoff spot, but they've had 2 walk-offs in that span, including a walk-off sacrifice fly that you referenced last game. For the Oaks, it was a feel-good win over the Riptide to clinch the season series. Orange County had 6 errors in that game, did not help them out at all, but ultimately it was a really good performance overall still from the pitchers and the hitters combined.
And we expect to see more great baseball today between these two teams. We take you to the field. Starting on the mound for the Arroyo Seco Saints is Joe O'Regan. We were talking with the Saints broadcasters before the game. O'Regan is their ace. He is 1-2 this season, has pitched in 27 1/3 cumulative innings. And this season, he is carrying a 3.62 ERA, making his 6th start of the season on the field for the Arroyo Seco Saints. O'Regan on the mound. Behind the plate, Nick Nashiwa. At first base, Sean Asperger. Bryce Robinette at second base. At third base, Jacob Freer. Braden Flores at shortstop. In the outfield from left to right, it's Carson Panarisi, Evan Ryder, and Cannon King. And the batting order for the Conejo Oaks, it's going to be Owen Mealy, Tyson Reese, Caden Stillwell, followed by Matthew Whitgo, Tyler Antwine, and Grant Rodriguez in the middle. And the final 3, Liam Wilson, who came to the Oaks from the Santa Barbara Foresters, followed by Nate Lopez and Zach Nagy.
Yeah, really excited to see this lineup. Really excited to see Liam Wilson in his first game in an Oaks uniform. We talked to him before the game and got a chance to hear why he's with the Oaks. The Foresters have more catcher depth, quite frankly, than the Oaks do now, and it was a really big addition for Conejo to add an additional catcher to the lineup.
First pitch, a fastball low for ball 1. Yeah, certainly huge. And the Foresters have quite a few powerhouse catchers that are all active and playing well. So it made sense. The 1-0 popped up right side foul territory. It'll fly out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. It has been an insanely hot day, an insanely hot few days here in Southern California, but in Pasadena today, I believe the high was 93. The 1-1. That misses outside, goes to the backstop. Count is 2-1 on Mealy.
And that was not necessarily a signature pitch from O'Regan, but we know he has the ability to go with the put-away slider and curveball in addition to his fastball. Really good at mixing in those pitches. Also has a changeup and a cutter in the rotation. And like you said, Sammy, he's the ace for this team.
2-1 pitch. Swung on and just missed by Mealy. It's going to be an even 2-2 count on Owen Mealy. We've seen Mealy in the leadoff spot a number of times. I'd say more often in the number 2 spot, but certainly a great offensive producer for the Oaks. 2-2 on the way. A swing and a miss. O'Regan went with the slider down and in, and he gets Mealy swinging for the first out.
And that's just a classic Joe O'Regan pitch. Breaking inward, Mealy was unable to get to it. And it's going to be a tough day for the Oaks if they're throughout today facing O'Regan, who has just been so good all season long. Transferring to Nevada next season after not seeing too much action at Cal State Bakersfield last season.
Tyson Reese, the batter now. He looks at a fastball downstairs, 1-0. Well, Tyson Reese on Tuesday went 1 for 3 at the plate with an RBI single, and he was hit by a pitch as well. 1-0, changeup on the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Reese with 4 home runs on the season so far. Hit one last Sunday right here at Jackie Robinson Field down the right field line. 1-1 on the way. Changeup misses down and in the dirt. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. And that home run that Reese hit was against Dylan Huang. 2-1 on the way. Line drive up the middle, base hit into center field. Tyson Reese reaches with a 1-out single here in the first.
Tyson Reese has really been good at putting the ball in play. We know him as a power bat for this team, but credit him for being able to put together singles as well. Maybe that's part of the reason that we're seeing him climb up to number 2 in the order, is because he's really diversified the number of different types of hits that he's getting, not just sending them out. Although, of course, like you mentioned, he had that home run very recently against the Saints. Just an all-around great hitter for this team.
Brings up Caden Stillwell, starting left fielder for the Oaks. Grounded softly to second base. Robinette only has one play, and that's to first. Out number 2. Reese able to advance to second, and it's a runner at second with 2 outs.
Not the worst situation, as it could have been an inning-ending double play. And we know how good Matthew Whitco can be with runners in scoring position. To have a guy at second, you put it in the right spot in the outfield, and this could be a 1-0 game.
Well, Whitco certainly put it in the right spot in the outfield over the center field fence with the bases loaded, had that go-ahead grand slam against Lincoln Lions last Sunday. That came in the 7th inning. The Oaks were down 4-1, and Whitco with one swing of the bat gave the Oaks the lead in that game for his first and so far only home run of the season, and first in his college career too.
Yeah, well, great time to get it in the clutch in the 8th inning. Hadn't had one at Harvard in all of 2026, but he's been dominant with the bat all season. We said it was only a matter of time before his first home run came, and he finally saw it.
Reset second with 2 outs, no score. First pitch from O'Regan. Changeup misses down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, Whitco certainly one of the more anticipated hitters the Saints have been anxious to face today. Saints definitely want to contain him as much as they can. The 1-0. Fastball, it hits the lower part of the zone, 1 ball and 1 strike. That was Whitco's only hit that game, the grand slam against Lincoln Lions. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs and a runner at second. O'Regan comes home. Chopper to second. Robinette, no problem there. He throws to first to retire Whitco. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base, and we head to the bottom of the first where the Saints will come up to bat for the first time. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Bottom of the first here at Jackie Robinson Field. Oaks take the field for the first time today. Starting on the mound for the Conejo Oaks is Derek Turner, making his 7th start of the season, his 8th total appearance. He's 0-1, carrying a 5.4 ERA, has struck out 20 batters on the season. In the field, Derek Turner on the mound behind the plate for the Oaks. Liam Wilson for the first time. It's Matthew Whitco at first, Grant Rodriguez at second, Nate Lopez at third, Zach Nagy at short. In the outfield from left to right, Caden Stillwell, Owen Mealy, and Tyler Antwine. And so it's going to be Braden Flores stepping to the plate for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Flores was the hero at the end of Tuesday night's game for the Saints against the MLB Academy Barons with the bases loaded, hit a walk-off sac fly out to right center field to cap off the game. Here's the first pitch to Flores. A fastball up and away, 1 ball, and no strikes on Flores. Well, Flores did not record a hit in that game. He went 0 for 5, but he did get the RBI when it mattered most. 1-0. Fastball misses inside, 2 balls and no strikes on Flores.
And it feels like he's been here for this team all season long. Just really batting well, 323 average. Can hit for power too, nearly 500 slugging.
2-0 pitch, fouled away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Flores does have 2 home runs this summer. He's knocked in 25 runs. Two 1 on the way from Turner. Fastball just missed a little bit off the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, his 2 home runs came pretty early in the season, on June 7th against the San Diego Bombers and on June 12th against the Barons, who the Saints beat on Tuesday.
It's been 4 of 5 for the Saints. 2 wins of those on walk-offs. Just a really good stretch for this team that was really struggling for a while this season, but is trying to make a miracle push back into the playoffs.
3-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Nagy won't get there. It's a base hit to center field to lead off the bottom of the first for Braden Flores.
That's just what Braden Flores does. It's kind of like having Brandon Contreras at the top of the lineup for the Oaks. That's what Flores provides for the Saints. Just consistent bat to ball, getting ground ball singles through the hole, and really adding a lot of speed as well on the base paths.
Well, here's Evan Ryder now. Flores at first. Flores a major threat on the base paths. And the first pitch bunted out and throw back to first. Flores is safe. Ryder did commit on the bunt attempt, so the count is 0-1. As the pitch was outside, but Ryder's bat was already there. So it's an 0-1 count on Evan Ryder, and better believe that Flores will think about stealing at any moment. He has stolen 6 bases this season. Pitch on the way. He does not go, and Ryder shows bunt, and it's a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. So with 2 strikes now, the bunt is ideally not in order.
This is a good job by Turner. Not being phased. He couldn't really find his location until Flores knocked one up the middle, but now he's ahead 0-2.
The 0-2 pitch. Ryder floats one into right field for a base hit. Flores is heading to third. He will make it in there without a play. And the Saints are already in business in the first 2 batters. Back-to-back singles have put runners on the corners with nobody out.
This is a great start for the Saints. It feels like they're just getting quality hits. Great job on 0-2 to protect the plate from Ryder, and wasn't necessarily the perfect pitch, but he put it into right field anyway. Credit to the Saints for jumping out early on offense. We saw this almost be an issue for them when they lost to the Oaks. When they beat the Oaks 5-4, they were losing 4-0 for much of that game. Won't want it to come down to the 9th inning like it did in that one.
Well, here's Jacob Freer. Runners on first and third, nobody out. Freer swings and misses at the first pitch fastball, 0-1. Freer batting .267 on the season, has hit 1 home run. He looks to bring home Flores at least. Here's the 0-1. And that hits the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Liam Wilson had to slide in a step or 2, but they get the strike.
Liam Wilson's done a great job so far. Almost had the back pick earlier. This is exactly the type of catching depth the Oaks needed. No more Lucas Martinov for the season, so they really need to find a guy behind Aiden Voiles and Tyson Reese to really work alongside them.
0-2 pitch, fastball high and outside, 1 ball and 2 strike. Yeah, that makes the Liam Wilson pickup even that much bigger, the fact that Martinov is out for the rest of the season.
And, of course, Brady Francisco, too, who was there earlier in the year. Hasn't played in a while, but gave the Oaks some valuable reps.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And Turner checks on Ryder at first. He gets back. Still 1-2 on Jacob Freer.
Freer is a guy who made the most of his time at Azusa Pacific, batted .344 this past season, and now gets to go to Division I Santa Clara, one of many Saints making the jump to Division I next year.
1-2 pitch. Fastball high and outside. It's an even 2-2 count on Freer. Sean Asperger waits on deck for the Saints. Freer went 1 for 4 on Tuesday night with 1 RBI. Two-two pitch. A swing and a miss. Turner went with the off-speed there and ties up Freer for a big first out.
Great pitch by Derek Turner. He's got a couple different off-speed pitches he can go to, the curveball and the changeup, and we saw the changeup right there. Just a great pitch to get a swing and a miss. Freer was just a little bit early and also a little bit below it as it landed up above the zone. And that's a good response by Turner with runners on.
So Sean Asperger, the batter, getting the start at first base today. First pitch on the way. Asperger rips it foul to the right side. That one landed about, I want to say, 5 to 7 feet from the first base bag. Flores is at third. Ryder is at first with 1 out. There's no score thus far. Asperger looks to change that. Here's the 0-1. Change up down and away, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And Asperger was the other walk-off hero recently for the Saints when he brought one home to start the winning ways against the Crawdads. It was a walk-off single in the 10th.
1-1. Fastball high and outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, that was a series when the Saints beat the Crawdads 2 games in a row at home and then beat the Oaks on the road on Saturday for their season-high 3rd consecutive win. Turner, another check on Ryder at first. Keeping a close eye on the runners. Great speed on the bases with both Flores and Ryder. Both have been a threat to steal. 2 balls, 1 strike with 1 out, first and third. 2-1 to Asperger. Fouled away to the left side, and now a little more pressure on Asperger. He's got a 2-2 count.
This would be a big second out to remove the sac fly possibility. He also could try to get this on the ground and turn 2, with the downside that a run could score if the double play is not successful.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. First and third. 2-2 pitch. Misses downstairs. A full count on Asperger. Well, if you're Turner, you don't particularly want to walk Asperger, but if that happened to be the case, that would set up forces everywhere. First and third, 1 out. A 3-2 pitch. High fly ball in the air to center field. This looks deep enough to score. Flores in the gap, and it is not caught out there. Flores in to score. Ryder will stop at third, and Asperger into second for, I presume, an RBI double. Yeah, that was a tricky one. It was high in the sky, in the gap into left center, and looked like it was right in between Mealy and Stillwell.
Yeah, just tough for either of them to get a perfect jump on it, and I think the Saints runners had to hesitate a little bit in case it was caught, but it was put right in the gap. So despite Mealy and Stillwell both running hard at it, dropped in, surefire double for sure for Asperger, and credit to the cleanup man for continuing to deliver for the Saints at the plate.
Now it's Carson Panarisi, the left fielder for the Saints, looks at an off-speed pitch down and away for a ball. And now you've got runners at second and third with 1 out, so the conventional double play is certainly not in order here. But if you're Turner, you can still go after this hitter, so a little bit of pressure on Panarisi. The 1 out. A swing and a miss, a blazing fastball that Turner just blew right by him. Well, it's Ryder at third and Asperger at second. Pretty good speed overall on the bases. 1-1 delivery. Slow roller on the ground to the right side. Ryder will score from third. The underhand toss from Whitgo to Turner is successful, though. So it's an RBI ground out for Carson Panarisi, but the Oaks still get a big second out.
Yeah, that's a decent trade for both sides, but well done by Panarisi to put it in a spot where it was really going to be impossible to get the runner at home. This is a much faster offensive start than the Saints have sometimes had. Sometimes they put themselves in holes early in games that are hard to climb out of, but not today. They look ready to go. 3 hits and now an RBI ground out as well.
Yeah, they've certainly made the most of their less than 2-out opportunities here. Now it's the dangerous Cannon King for the Saints. And he fouls that one away beyond the stadium, left side. No balls and 1 strike. Well, we have seen Cannon King homer once against the Oaks, the first time that the Saints hosted the Oaks at this ballpark. Back on June 21st. Asperger at third with 2 outs. The 0-1. Fouled away to the left side again, and it's now 0-2 on Cannon King.
Yeah, King this season with now 5 home runs. He's in a tie for first with Bryden Bull, and that means that Dylan Jackson and Tyson Reese, both with 4 home runs, have been dropped to a 9-way tie for third.
Bryden Bull and Cannon King. There's just something about that combo of names. Runner at third, 2 outs. 0-2 to King. Rip to the right side, Rodriguez with a slide, and it's just under his glove. And in to score is Asperger. And it's an RBI single for Cannon King, and it's now 3-0 Arroyo Seco.
Yeah, King just did get quite a bit on that ball despite it being on the ground. Made it tough for Rodriguez to play. We'll see how they score it. They're going to give King a single, understandably.
Yeah, that was a tough play all around for Rodriguez. I thought he might have gotten a piece of it. Hard to tell. And now it's Nick Nashiwa, the catcher for Arroyo Seco. The last time these two teams played each other, he delivered a big RBI triple against Conejo, extending the Saints' lead to 3-0 at the time. He shows bunt, pulls back. It's a fastball strike on the outside corner.
And the Saints have been creating all these opportunities. It hasn't been like the Oaks have made any mistakes or any of that. They've just been all well-hit balls, placed in the right spots. Line keeps moving in the first.
Here's the 0-1. High fastball, misses, 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, I think for Derek Turner, the command really has been there, but like you said, the Saints are doing their job at the plate. They're making solid contact and getting good hits. They're, for the most part, hitting it where the Oaks ain't. Here's the 1-1. Fouled back and out of play. It's now a 1-2 count on Nick Nashiwa. And that's another thing Derek Turner's been doing well. He's been getting a lot of 2-strike counts on these hitters, so at least putting that basic level of pressure on them.
Yeah, and that's something he's always been good at all season long. Continues to do it here, but like you said, the Saints are just prepared to protect the plate. Those typical Turner strikeout pitches are just being blasted into the outfield so far.
1-2 from Turner. Swing and a miss. Derek Turner with his second strikeout as he gets the Oaks out of the inning, but the Saints do their job offensively. They score 3 runs and they lead 3-0 over the Oaks. We head to the second. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. We'll be right back. Top of the second inning, it's 3-0 Arroyo Seco Saints as the Oaks come up to bat. The Saints batted 7 batters in the first inning. Not a bad job at all. They scored 3 against the Oaks. Leading off for the Oaks in the top of the second is Tyler Antwine getting the start in right field today. First pitch. Antwine takes a high fastball, 1-0.
And we've talked about this before, but it bears reiterating. Tyler Antwine for much of the season was still looking for that awakening in his bat, but it really feels like he's found it, had a couple multi-hit days recently, including a home run.
There's a fastball strike on the outside corner. Yeah, he certainly found that offensive groove at the plate against the San Diego Bombers a couple weeks ago.
Coincidentally, he's been hit by a pitch in 5 of his last 6 as well.
Antwine with a little sword swing there, and he falls behind 1-2. Joe Regan has just been an outstanding clutch arm for the Saints. Several weeks ago, he was their candidate for Pitcher of the Week. 1-2, a swing and a miss. Nishiwa was unable to hold on, but he keeps it in front of him and completes the strikeout at first.
And that's the same slider we saw from Joe Regan in the first inning that was able to get another strikeout. He's got his second now, and just a guy who, when you have strikeout pitches like that with the slider and then the curveball he can go to, it's really helpful as a pitcher to have multiple put-away pitches. Keeps the batters on their toes, don't know what to expect.
Brings up Grant Rodriguez now. First pitch misses in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Well, a big congratulations to Grant Rodriguez because he recently announced his official commitment to Cal State San Marcos. 1-0. Skied foul and out of play, 1-1.
Yeah, this is the season for commitments. We've seen a few already on the Oaks. Grant Rodriguez the latest, and great to see him find a new home. Certainly deserving. He's been a big bat with some clutch hits for this team, most notably on the 10th against the Foresters with that go-ahead double in the 9th inning to force what eventually became a tie.
Rodriguez backs out with an up-and-in changeup, 2-1, and it's almost feels dramatic to say that that was the last time this season that the Oaks and Foresters have and will face each other. The 2-1. There's a strike right on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Liam Wilson waits on deck for his first hacks in an Oak uniform. 2-2. Line drive on a hop to Bryce Robinette at second base. He throws to first to complete the putout.
Pretty well hit by Rodriguez, but you mentioned it. Liam Wilson gets some action. Teammate of Matthew Whitco at Harvard. And you said it. He's a guy who played for the Foresters earlier in the season, batted 136 for them in 11 games, and he's coming to the Oaks who need his catching depth that he provides.
First pitch he sees is a fastball high and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. So he's already live and going with the Oaks. One-0 pitch in the dirt. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. Well, he goes to Harvard University. His sophomore year in 2026, he played in 34 games, started 34 of those, batted .244. Here's the 2-0. Misses in the dirt. It's 3-0 on Liam Wilson.
He made the switch quickly, too. Last played on Sunday for the Foresters, went 1 for 2 against the Riptide. Now he's here, and now Arnold Wu is no longer the only non-California native on the Oaks roster because Liam Wilson's from Chandler, Arizona.
Here's the 3-0. High and outside, a 4-pitch walk to Liam Wilson, so his first plate appearance as an Oak, he gets on base for free.
Well, he leads the team in on-base percentage now. That's a great first start by Liam Wilson. Didn't have to do much. O'Regan was really just missing the zone, but it's exciting to see him get on the base paths. Does not have a stolen base this season, but we'll see if that changes here.
Brings up Nate Lopez. Wilson at first, 2 outs. The first pitch to Lopez. There's a fastball strike up and inside corner, 0-1. There's 2 outs in the inning. Oaks chasing 3 runs early on in this game. The 0-1. Fastball outside. It's now 1-1 on Lopez. Lopez with 1 home run on the season. Came way back on June 7th against the MLB Academy Barons, who the Oaks will play tomorrow and Saturday. And the 1-1 misses downstairs, 2-1, and the Oaks will host the Barons tomorrow for a Friday afternoon game, and then the next day, Saturday, they'll be on the road in Compton to face the Barons for an evening game.
It'll be fun to see those two teams face off again. We've seen crazy battles between them. We saw the Oaks walk them off at home. We saw the Oaks almost come back against them on the road. We've seen the Barons really dominate the Oaks when the Oaks have traveled to Compton, but it's been vice versa when the Oaks have been at home, and kind of get one more rendition of each. Actually, 2 more home games against the Barons, as there's going to be another one next week, but still fun to see them in action again.
2-1 on the way is popped up. In the shortstop position, Braden Flores is there, and he makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, 1 runner left stranded. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. It's 3-0 Saints. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Bottom of the 2nd inning, the Saints lead 3-0. Due up is Brody Cheer, Bryce Robinette, and then the top of the order with Braden Flores. First, it's Brody Cheer, the designated hitter. First pitch, fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Will Cheer, rising junior at the University of Nebraska, originally from Denver, Colorado. Another out-of-state player today, and the 0-1 hits the lower inside corner, 0-2. He's batting .214 this summer so far with the Arroyo Seco Saints, playing in his 5th game today. The 0-2. A swing and a miss. It's in the dirt. Wilson will throw down to first to complete the strikeout. Well, a nasty pitch from Turner, and that was by Cheer before he swung anyway.
Yeah, that is vintage Turner right there, getting his 3rd strikeout of the day already. Just generates a lot of swings. Even when hitters feel like they've got their pitch, Turner's able to get movement on his off speed, whether it's that curveball, that changeup, or the cutter.
It's Bryce Robinette. The first pitch. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Robinette. Robinette playing in his 20th game of the summer. Fouled straight back to even the count at 1. Robinette, a junior at Azusa Pacific University. Spent his first 2 years there. And the 1-1 on the way. Changeup hits the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Robinette really dominated. He increased his average from 182 to 348 at Azusa Pacific and earned a commitment to Rogers State University. Played D2 at a different D2 school recently.
1-2, off speed, up and inside for ball 2. Turner couldn't quite catch the corner there. It's an even 2-2 count. Braden Flores waits on deck. Saints offense got going right away in the first inning. The 2-2. A Baltimore chop to short. Zach Nagy fires on to first for out number 2. Now that brings up Braden Flores, who got the Saints rally started in the first inning with a single up the middle. He would then score on a sky-high RBI double from Asperger. And Flores is really just that spark starter for with the first pitch. Changeup misses a little bit off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Of course, we've talked about having hosted Aaron Milam on the Horizon, a CCL baseball podcast. Had nothing but great things to say about Braden Flores, not only as a player, but as a person too, as Flores fouls that one away. And I think the biggest thing that stood out in my mind that Milam talked about was just how coachable Flores is and just how great he is to mentor and to coach and just to be around in the dugout. 1-1. Line drive into center field for a base hit. Flores is 2 for 2.
And he's just got such a quick bat and able to get it around for a second single. That's one of the things that Aaron Milam was actually talking about, was working with Flores about engaging his hands quicker and really just getting into that swing as quickly as possible. He was able to flare one into center, and he's done a lot of this work on his own, but only improving with the tips that he's getting with the Saints this summer.
Now it's Evan Ryder. He grounds it to the right side into right field for a base hit. Flores will hold at second. And the Saints threaten here with 2 outs. Runners at first and second, so the part of the batting order that got it started in the first inning gets business rolling here in the third.
And they did it in the same way. Flores with another single to center, Ryder with another single to right. Feels like deja vu for the Oaks, and not in a good way. But Freer did strike out in the first inning, so if the Oaks are going to have deja vu, at least they would end the inning without allowing a run.
Flores the lead runner at second. And it's Ryder at first. First pitch to Freer. Fouled away to the backstop, 0-1. And that's the thing, though, about a leadoff hitter. That's what every coach wants to see from a leadoff batter. Someone who gets base all the time. And that is what Flores has shown time and time again. Should this inning go any longer, Sean Asperger waits on deck. First and second, 2 outs. The 0-1 to Freer misses upstairs to even the count at 1. Freer looking to find some redemption from his strikeout in the first inning. He just might. 1-1. Fouled away. It's now 1-2 on Jacob Freer.
And we talked about Derek Turner getting to 2 strike counts. There's another one. The location's been good. He hasn't walked anybody. It's just a question of whether the Saints are ready to protect the plate one more time. Turner's not going to give you something hanging over the middle. It's going to be a pitch that's tough to hit on one of the corners.
Flores at second, Ryder at first. 1-2 on Freer with 2 outs. The payoff. Just missed off the plate. It's an even 2-2 count on Jacob Freer. A base hit to the outfield would certainly make it tough for the Oaks to get Flores at home. Not impossible, but it would have to be hit perfectly and in a perfect spot for the Oaks. The 2-2. Fly ball, left side down the line. It's going to twist foul. And this at bat and inning will continue.
And Freer's still doing a great job of driving out up the pitch count for Turner. The Oaks really benefited from having day off on Monday and Wednesday because it feels like the pitching staff is more replenished than it was after 6 straight days of games, but still they don't want to have Turner come out earlier than he needs to.
First and second, 2 outs. 2-2 to Freer. Grounded foul to the left side, and we will see yet another pitch in this at-bat. Well, that is unless one of the runners on base happens to get picked off.
Sure.
Stealing.
Never know. I mean, it's happened this season to the Oaks and for the Oaks.
Flores at second, Ryder at first. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. It's 3-0 Saints. They would love some more insurance. They would love all the insurance they can get. Another 2-2. Strike 3 called right on the outside corner. Turner rings up Freer and leaves 2 runners on base. We head to the third inning. Still 3-0 Saints. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. We'll be right back. Two innings in the books here at Jackie Robinson Field. It's 3-0 Saints as Joe O'Regan heads out to the mound for the third time today in the third inning. He'll face Zach Nagy, the first batter of the third for the Oaks. And Nagy has been hitting very well lately. He had 2 hits. He went 2 for 2 with a walk and a hit by pitch against the Saints last Sunday. First pitch he sees. Fastball a little bit inside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, Nagy was one of the best against the Saints to reach base 4 times in a game. That was his most recent appearance.
Line drive into right center field. Going to be a long run for Ryder. He slides and he makes the catch. A beautiful play by Ryder. And there's 1 down.
That was a great play, and Ryder got a perfect jump on it. He's not necessarily getting there unless he knew where it was right off the bat, went flying, and slid perfectly for the catch.
Timing was everything there, and he had that. That's going to bring up the top of the order now with Owen Mealy at the plate. First pitch on the way is a strike right on the inside corner, well located by O'Regan. Just when we thought Nagy might have had a leadoff single there, he gets robbed. The 0-1. Off speed, Mealy was way ahead of it. No balls and 2 strikes.
And again, it's the slider for O'Regan. Such a tough pitch to hit.
0-2 pitch. Fouled straight back right near us. So still an 0-2 count. Regan has been working quite efficiently in this game, has allowed, in the last 2 innings, 1 base runner per inning. The 0-2. High fastball, Mealy takes it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And the issue for the Oaks is that O'Regan's been going deep in games when he pitches well like this.
0-2 pitch, off speed, misses low into the dirt. It's now a 2-2 count on Owen Mealy. 2-2 on the way. Mealy slaps it foul to the left side. It's still 2-2 on Mealy. Yeah, O'Regan, just the kind of starter you'd love to have on especially a summer ball team. Summer ball, a time when pitchers aren't necessarily expected to go that deep. 2-2 is laced into center field. It's going to be a long run. It's going to fall for a base hit. It's a one-out single for Owen Mealy, just the second hit of the day for the Oaks.
Yeah, really well done by Owen Mealy. Doesn't necessarily have to be the hardest hit off the bat as long as you're putting it in the right spot. And for the Oaks, I mean, we mentioned O'Regan going deep in games. The upside of that is that he's gone 4 or more in all of his outings, which means that even when he's been struggling and allowing a lot of runs, he gets to stay in the game, which maybe the Oaks are fond of that.
First pitch is a ball, low and away to Tyson Reese. I mean, yeah, you just look at O'Regan's outings. He'll go an average roughly of 6 innings in a game. As there's a strike on the outside corner to even the count at 1. He went, in his last outing, 6 innings against the Walnut Creek Crawdads. It's not like he was lights out on the mound, but he goes deep into the games. 1-1. Changeup just missed a little off the plate. It's now 2-1 on Tyson Reese. Owen Mealy at first with a fairly decent lead. 2-1 instead. It's a check on Mealy at first. O'Regan keeping an eye on the speedy Mealy.
We've seen his speed really blossom. He wasn't always a stolen base guy when he first got to Conejo, but he's up to 8 now on the season. Had 2 last game.
Pitch on the way. A swing and a miss to even the count at 2-2. Should this inning go any farther, Caden Stillwell waits on deck. The 2-2. Check swing. And they say he went around, so Tyson Reese is rung up for out number 2.
Really close call. Could have gone either way, but they just barely get Tyson Reese, and that's really important for O'Regan to get out the only other guy he's allowed a hit to so far, other than Mealy.
So it's Caden Stillwell now with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Mealy at first. Stillwell grounded out to second his first time up, which did move a runner over. First pitch, a fastball strike on the upper part of the zone, 0-1. Well, we saw the Saints shut the Oaks out in the first 4 innings on Sunday as O'Regan checks on Mealy once again at first. That was the game when it was Thomas Peck on the mound for the Saints, and he was terrific that game. He pitched 5 innings then that game and allowed just 1 run. The 0-1. Lined out to left field, coming in hard and sliding to make the catch. In left field is Carson Panarisi. What a play by the Saints left fielder. What a defensive inning for Arroyo Seco. So the Oaks are finished in the top of the 3rd. It's 3-0 Saints. As we head to the bottom of the 3rd, you're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Stay tuned. bottom of the third inning. 3-0 Arroyo Seco Saints. And the Saints have the middle of the lineup due up. Heart of the order, as it's Sean Asperger, Carson Panarisi, and Cannon King due up. Asperger launched an RBI double into left center field his first time up, and he would score later in the inning. He chops one slowly to first. Matthew Whitko takes it himself to the bag, 1 out.
Yeah, all three guys up for the Saints had RBIs in the first. Panarisi on a ground out, Cannon King on a single. But that is a really big response for Derek Turner to get the guy out who started the damage with just one pitch.
Up comes Carson Panarisi, who ended the top of the third defensively with a spectacular sliding catch. As he takes a changeup up and in for a ball, we saw a couple of great diving catches for the Saints. Their defense really came through in this inning particularly. The 1-0. Grounded to the right side. It's a fair ball. Whitko has it and hustles to the bag himself for out number 2.
Great play by Whitko. He's got versatility on both corners of the infield, can play third base, but also first. And he's been responsible for making both the plays so far this inning and done it well.
Well, now that brings up Cannon King, the right fielder for Arroyo Seco. He had an RBI single his first time up into right field. Looks at a ball downstairs into the dirt. 1-0.
Turner's up to 50 pitches. If he could get this out quickly, it wouldn't be crazy to bring him out for a fourth inning of work, that is.
One-0 pitch from Turner. High fly ball, twisting to the left side into foul ground, and it's out of play. Into the Saints bullpen. Cannon King has gone yard 5 times this season, including one time that we personally saw right here. Sitting in these chairs as he went deep against the Oaks on June 21st. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. Turner deals. Grounded to the right side. It hits the base and hops into right field for a hit. Well, Matthew Whitko there was so close to making all 3 outs in the inning, but that ball just took a lucky bounce for the Saints. Looked like it hit right off the corner of the bag and just deflected straight up.
Yeah, Luck just didn't want Matthew Whitko to have that. He was right on it, diving for it already, and it hit the base, and it popped to the side. I mean, that's a single for sure, but very unlucky for the Oaks. For Derek Turner, he just got to stay calm. That's one of those breaks that nobody can really control. It's not like the Oaks made an error.
Yeah, that's one thing balls sometimes have in common with rabbits. They can hop. First pitch. There goes King, and there's a chopper to the left side. Nate Lopez Fields fires to first in time for out number 3. So the Saints get 1 hit. They leave a man on. And we now head to the 4th inning. It's still 3-0 Saints. Derek Turner has certainly rebounded from his first inning hurdles. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube, and we'll see you for the 4th. We're a third of the way through this ball game. 3 innings in the books. The Saints with a 3-0 lead. It's going to be Matthew Whitgo to lead things off. It's the heart of the order for the Oaks. In the top of the 4th inning, Whitgo grounded out to second base his first time up. Was involved in all 3 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Made the first 2 himself. And then took the throw in a high Baltimore chop ground out to the third baseman, Nate Lopez. And Joe O'Regan out for his 4th inning of work. And he deals a first pitch ball low and outside to Whitgo.
We've talked about it time and time again, but with O'Regan, it's one of those where you get the traditional starter experience of going deep in games in summer ball.
Whitgo takes up and inside. It's now a 2-0 count. And Joe Regan, we were talking with the Saints broadcasters just about how strong of an arm he is and has been for the Saints, the 2-0. Fastball down and away. It's now a 3-0 count on Whitgo. And I believe that's the first time we've seen O'Regan get to a 3-0 count today. Oh, I'm wrong, actually. Liam Wilson did it earlier, as there's a strike on the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike.
One thing we learned about O'Regan from the Saints broadcasters during the All-Star break, he's been the 3rd broadcaster in their booth sometimes. And in addition to that, I mean, he's looking to potentially pursue a career as a sports broadcaster. So getting reps on the field and getting reps in the booth, I mean, there's no better way to do it than summer ball.
Yeah, that certainly sharpens your perspective as an athlete, and to be able to make that transition, it's not as easy as people think. The 3-2. A high chopper to the right side. It's not going to be an easy play. Toss to first, just in time to get Whitgo. Timing was everything on that play. Asperger had to take the hop steadily, which he did, and he had to make that underhand toss at just the right time to O'Regan at first, and they executed it.
Yeah, the Saints in the field have just been stellar so far today. Complete 180 from what the Oaks faced on Tuesday against the Riptide, who made 6 errors. And I think we're really seeing how much the Oaks benefited from that. I mean, obviously they were really competitive in every way against the Riptide, but got helped by those 6 errors. Now that the Saints are making big plays, it's been tougher for the Oaks to score runs.
And here's Tyler Antwine. First pitch up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Antwine went down via way of the K his first time up. O'Regan has struck out 3 batters on the day so far. 1-0. Fastball up and in, 2 balls and no strikes on Antwine. Here's a 2-0. Chopper to second. Robinette backs up some steps, throws on to first, and it's dug out by Asperger at first for out number 2. Brings up Grant Rodriguez. He grounded out to second his first time up. We talked about him earlier, a guy who's been on a tear as of late after he snapped an 0 for 25 skid against the Santa Barbara Foresters with that clutch go-ahead 2-run double in the 9th. As he takes the first pitch downstairs, 1-0, and one of the recent commits, as we talked about, to another university in Cal State San Marcos. Well, on the way, high and inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, Rodriguez has now been on base in 4 of his last 5, starting to get the bat behind him, and it helped that he had that huge double against the Foresters that you mentioned.
2-0 pitch. Fastball misses off the plate. It's 3-0 on Rodriguez. Should this inning extend, Liam Wilson waits on deck. The 3-0 pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. It's 3 balls and 1 strike now. Certainly a strike O'Regan needed here. His command has certainly been there. It hasn't been perfect, but he's been dealing with these Oaks well. The 3-1. A swing and a miss, and O'Regan climbed the ladder right there, and Rodriguez chased it. He came up empty.
Yeah, that's a bold on 3-1. He was definitely out of the strike zone. Now a chance to end the inning with a strikeout right here.
A 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Joe O'Regan. sends this game to the bottom of the fourth where the Saints lead 3-0. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Bottom of the fourth inning. Saints lead 3-0. It'll be Brody Cheer leading things off for Arroyo Seco. As Derek Turner on the mound for the fourth inning. First pitch on the way to Cheer. Fastball right on the outside corner, 0-1. Well, Cheer went down swinging his first time up. And the 0-1 from Turner. In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. And it really seems like Turner has done quite well in rebounding from his first inning struggles, in which he did allow 3 earned runs. But he's really come out to attack the Saints since. Pitch on the way. High fastball outside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
And the big key is that he's been efficient enough to be out there for the fourth. Started the inning with 52 pitches under his belt. He's up to 55 now. He could finish the inning here realistically.
And he slices that one foul to the left side. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 on the way. Grounded to the right side. It's a fair ball and under the glove of the diving Whitko. It's into the corner. Cheer is on his way to second. And he'll hold there with a leadoff double.
Great job by Cheer, just sneaking it under Whitko's glove. Really the one place he could have put it on that part of the infield. Whitko almost had it. He actually ran into the umpire a little bit, only after he tried to dive and couldn't get to it. Great start to get a runner in scoring position for the Saints. That's their second extra base hit.
Now brings up Bryce Robinette, the second baseman, who grounded out to short his first time up. And Cheer is in scoring position with nobody out. Saints already with a 3-0 lead, and we know they'd love more insurance against the Oaks. Robinette is showing bunt. Pitch on the way, and Robinette ducks out of the way and pulls the bunt back. 1-0. Pitch was a high inside fastball.
And Aaron Milam's giving all sorts of signs at third over to Robinette, and that seemed to be what contributed to the bunt attempt the first time, and he's got new signs here now. Or maybe the same ones.
1-0. High and inside fastball. Pretty much the same pitch as the first pitch, with Robinette once again showing bunt and having to pull it back. Cheer the runner at second. Nobody out. It's a 2-0 count on Robinette. Pitch on the way. Bunted in between the third baseman and the pitcher. Throw on to first is in time. A nice play over at third by Nate Lopez, who came charging in. And that is the type of play that we have not seen many affiliate teams in the CCL shine on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a good point. And Lopez at third base has been a great player over there. He's been great at second as well, but just charging in, bare hand, throwing it to first. We've seen, I mean, when the Oaks have played affiliate teams, they've laid down plays over there, and oftentimes we've seen, at least against the Oaks, some affiliates not make that play, but Lopez has been really good in the field at third base.
Braden Flores swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. Flores 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles. He had the game-winning sac fly in the bottom of the 10th inning on Tuesday night against the Barons. 0-1, fastball high and outside. It's now 1-1. And this is the type of situation that's pretty much tailor-made for Flores, a guy with just such good contact consistency. Runner at third, 1 out. The 1-1. Grounder to the right side. Whitgo is able to scoop it up and step on first for out number 2.
And great job by Whitco looking at the runner at third. The Oaks had the infield in, knowing that they wanted to keep him there. And now the situation's completely changed. But Ryder has 2 hits today, and he's attacked early in counts, extended the bat even on pitches that aren't easy to hit. This could really be the difference between Derek Turner finishing out the 4th inning or not, although he probably still does have some more juice in him after this batter.
First pitch. Swung on and missed. Looked like a little slider action there from Derek Turner. Well, Brody Cheer is the runner at third with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch. Change up high and inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. And that second out was huge in that with the infield playing up and the ball fielded very shallow on the infield, Cheer was unable to come home. 1-1. Grounded backwards, and the count is now 1-2.
We've seen Turner in so many 1-2 counts today. And after that first inning, he really found his legs, found his rhythm, and has thrown 8 outs without allowing a run so far.
1-2 pitch. Sharp chopper to short. Zach Nagy throws on to first for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on, and we now head to the 5th inning. It's still 3-0 Saints. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Stay tuned. Top of the 5th inning, Liam Wilson will lead things off for the Conejo Oaks against Joe O'Regan in his 5th inning of work. He has been outstanding today for the Saints. First pitch is a fastball upstairs, 1-0.
Yeah, O'Regan's going deep into a game. This is nothing new if you're a Saints fan.
1-0 pitch, chopped foul to the left side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Liam Wilson drew ball 4 his first time up on 4 pitches. One ball, 1 strike. O'Regan comes to the plate. Line foul down the left field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's good contact from Wilson. He was just a little ahead of it.
Here's the 1-2. Skied in the air to shallow right. Coming in is the right fielder King, and he makes the running catch for the first out.
And that's the problem for these Oaks hitters because Wilson was able to get his bat on the O'Regan slider, the put-away pitch, but he just couldn't get strong enough contact. Really had to extend down low, and credit to him for getting contact on it instead of whiffing, but just not hard contact. And O'Regan just likes to keep games manageable for himself, and that's how he does it.
Nate Lopez, the batter, with 1 out. Looks at a changeup on the inside corner, 0-1. Lopez popped out his first time up. Joe O'Regan has been lights out on the mound for the Saints. The 0-1. Chopper up the middle, cut off by Robinette at second. Makes the off-balance throw to first for out number 2.
Yeah, lights out is right, and this is a really quick 5th inning. Makes you wonder maybe he'll be back out there for a 6th.
He's done it before this season.
He has, and he's only up to 66 pitches. It could be doable.
Zach Nagy is the batter. He flew out to center field his first time up. Changeup hits the outside corner, 0-1. Nagy was robbed of a hit his first time up on a ball well struck to center, and he lines that one foul down the right field line. It's 1-2 now, or 0-2 on Zach Nagy. The 0-2. Grounded to third and fielded nicely over there, and the throw is high, and Lopez gets ahead of the tag from Asperger. That's going to be an error on the third baseman, Jacob Freer.
That's important. I mean, not only does that drive up O'Regan's pitch count, it also is the Saints' first error of the day. And back to the top of the order, too, with 2 outs. Anything could happen here.
It's going to bring up Owen Mealy. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Nagy, the runner at first, and time is called on the field. And it looks like Solis may have thought that he saw a balk from O'Regan, but nothing was called. First pitch, changeup on the inside corner, 0-1 to Owen Mealy. Runner on first is Nagy with 2 outs, the 0-1. Fouled off to the right side, 0-2.
Those are 2 great pitches from O'Regan, starting out with the off-speed, tailing horizontally over the plate, and then getting the inside fastball.
The 0-2. There goes Nagy, and it's a line drive right into the glove of Asperger at first to end the inning. We're now about halfway through this ball game. Still 3-0 Saints as Arroyo Seco comes up to bat in the bottom of the 5th. Stay tuned. Jacob Freer will lead things off for the Saints in the bottom of the fifth. They still lead 3-0 over the Conejo Oaks. And it's been an outstanding performance on the mound from both starting pitchers, O'Regan for the Saints and Turner for the Oaks, as Freer takes a fastball up and away for ball one.
And we're seeing Turner out there, both pitchers at 67 pitches, at least entering the inning. Turner's now at 68. Just the second time an Oaks pitcher has gone into his fifth inning this year.
That one is fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike on Jacob Freer. Well, Freer is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts on the day, 1 swinging and 1 looking.
The only other time the Oaks had a pitcher go 5 was Hunter Hammond.
Fastball misses upstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. Haven't seen Hammond in a little while, but yeah, certainly another key extensive pitcher for the Oaks. The 2-1, fouled against the screen, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I like this move by David Solis. It really feels like giving Turner confidence, pitching deeper into games is huge. Since that first inning, he's really been sharp. And with a guy who's getting better each inning, why not just leave him in as long as he can go?
2-2 on the way. Misses outside. It's now a full count on Jacob Freer. We've seen the Saints offense get going right away. Out of the gate, they continue to chip away at the Oaks. Full count on Freer. Three balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 on the way to Freer. On the inside corner, strike 3 called. Freer strikes out for the 3rd time today. So 1 gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
That's a really good pitch from Turner. 3-2, and that's like we talked about earlier. He doesn't leave him hanging over the middle. He paints corners, not afraid to go after the inside edge and get a strikeout looking with a full count. Takes a lot of guts.
Well, now that brings up Sean Asperger, the first baseman, and he looks at a changeup right on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. 1 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. The 0-1 pitch down and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Asperger with 2 home runs on the season. Waits for a 1-1 from Turner, and it's a fastball low, 2 balls and 1 strike. One gone here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 2-1. Misses outside, 3 balls and 1 strike.
And I don't believe we've seen an Oaks pitcher touch 80 pitches in an outing yet this year, but Turner is up to 77.
3-1 pitch, fastball downstairs. A 1-out walk to Sean Asperger. Now that brings up Carson Panarisi. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts, 1 RBI. That was on the first one. So Sean Asperger at first with 1 out. First pitch. Fastball right on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike.
And the next pitch will be number 80 for Turner today. So really extending his limits. You don't often see guys go that deep in summer ball, but if Turner's ready for it, there's no reason to take him out.
Here's the 0-1. Low and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike on Panarisi. The Saints have really chipped away at the Oaks early on in this ball game, as we're a little past the midpoint. Asperger drew a 1-out walk. He's at first. 1-1. Line drive into right field. It's caught in the air as it hung up long enough for Antwine to come in to make the catch for the second out.
Well, some good fortune for the Oaks on a hard hit ball. They'll certainly take a second out with that kind of ease. And again, really poised by Turner. Doesn't look tired out there despite being up high. We saw 85 pitches is the most we've seen from any pitcher in an Oaks game. That did not come from an Oaks pitcher. Turner could hit that today. He's very close.
Runner at first, 2 outs. Cannon King is the batter. He launches a ball in the air to center field. That's got a chance. Heading back to the warning track is Mealy to the wall. It is off the wall. Relay comes in, coming around third Asperger as the throw gets past the shortstop, Nagy. As Asperger comes in to score, it is now 4-0 Saints.
That almost looked like Cannon King's 6th home run of the season. Bounced off the wall. And really, the Oaks could have had the runner at home. It was just the relay throw came in a little bit high and offline. Turner was sprinting to cover the plate. It looked like they were actually going to get Asperger. But credit to Cannon King for getting a huge hack on the ball. He's shown his power all season, and he's got a 3-hit day with 2 RBIs.
King at second with 2 outs. Nick Nashiwa, the batter. And the first pitch hits Nashiwa on the back. So he's got a free base. And it's first and second and 2 outs now.
And the question is, can Turner muster one more out? Because you don't want to bring a guy up, have to slow down the inning even more with 2 outs and get a guy warming for that situation if you can avoid it, if you're the Oaks. And you have to think Turner's going to be done after this inning, but just one more out is all they need. And 1 run in this inning, not a disaster. We'll see if Turner can find his footing.
Brings up Brody Cheer. First pitch, a fastball. Hits the lower part of the zone, no balls, and 1 strike. Saints have added an insurance run in this inning. They continue to do damage. King and Nashiwa the runners. The 0-1. Grounded to the right side. That is a foul ball just outside the line. It's very, very close.
Extremely. Turner's up to 85 now, so setting the single season record in an Oaks game for pitches.
It's an 0-2 count on Brody Cheer. First and second with 2 outs. 0-2 coming. Misses in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shear is certainly a dangerous hitter for the Saints. He doubled back in the... Here's the 1-2. On the ground to short. Nagy heads to the base, and he just touched it in time to get Nashiwa at second. Nashiwa having a little conversation there with the umpire, but Oaks able to get out of that inning. It's 4-0 Saints as we head to the 6th inning. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Stay tuned. 5 innings in the books. It's now 4-0 Saints as they added another run in the bottom of the 5th inning. Joe O'Regan heads out to the mound for his 6th inning of work. His game high in innings is 6 1/3. That was on June 27th in Slow against the Blues. He was the winning pitcher in that game. He pitched 6 1/3. He allowed just 3 runs on 9 hits. Goes to show you just the amount of chances the Blues had in that game and ended up falling short to the Saints.
Well, O'Regan has never gone 5 innings without allowing a run in this season until now. He went 5 without allowing an earned run against the Foresters, let 5 runs home, none were earned. But he didn't go past 5 against Santa Barbara, so 1 out while keeping things scoreless would be a scoreless record for him. This is, out of a season with many good outings, perhaps his best.
It's Tyson Reese who steps to the plate. A lefty and lefty matchup. And Tyson Reese is 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout. Oaks need to get on the board here, and Reese looks at a fastball outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Well, this is the longest the Saints have gone without allowing a run to the Oaks this season. 1-0. Misses just a little bit inside as Reese kind of hunched backwards there to get out of that one. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0. Change up on the outside corner. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, one interesting trend we've seen this season over the last 3 games between these two teams. One team has always started off by going up 4-0, and then the other team has come back. We'll see if the comeback happens here today, but it was 5-4. The Saints got 5 in the 9th against the Oaks to beat them. Then the next day, the Oaks went down 4-0 and beat the Saints 8-4 on the road.
3-1 on the way is chopped foul to the right side. Yeah, that was a weekend of dramatic wins on the road. Dramatic comeback wins. Each team upset the other at their home field. A full count to Tyson Reese. Payoff comes from O'Regan. High fly ball into right center field. It is playable now, though, out in center field for Brody Cheer to make the catch. 1 out.
Nice long at bat for Reese, and he got a decent piece, just not quite the power needed to drive it into a gap. Great outing for O'Regan continues. 5 1/3 scoreless. Really might be making a good case for CCL Player of the Week if he doesn't allow any runs here. Because how many guys go 6 innings regularly like he does?
There's a fastball right down the middle, 0-1. O'Regan has certainly been a candidate that the Saints have nominated for Pitcher of the Week. They've yet to see a Pitcher or Player of the Week accolade on their side this season. The 0-1. Changeup misses upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike on Stillwell. It's Matthew Whitgo on deck. Popped up right side, foul territory. It will fly out of play. Count is now 1-2.
And after Turner likely finishes his outing with 85 pitches, O'Regan's up to 79. We have not yet seen a game where both starters have gone this deep. It's kind of fun to watch.
1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Here's the 1-2. Line drive off the glove of the diving Braden Flores, and it trickles into left field for a 1-out knock. So Stillwell is on base with 1 out, and we'll see if the Oaks can make anything of this spark.
Caden Stillwell is as good as it gets with contact hitting. Entered today batting .385, 5th best among qualified hitters in the CCL. The Oaks have a number of guys like that. You got Contreras as well, leading Stillwell in batting average. But both have been really great, and credit to Stillwell for getting some offense.
First pitch high and outside fastball. 1-0 the count to Matthew Whitgo. Whitgo is 0 for 2 on the day with a couple of groundouts. Caden Stillwell at first with 1 out. The 1-0. Fly ball out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, it was late in the game in the 7th inning last Sunday when Matthew Whitgo launched his go-ahead grand slam to center field to give the Oaks a 5-4 lead, and they never relinquished the lead after that. 1-1. Fouled off to the left side. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's 1-2 on Whitgo, with Stillwell at first. 1-2 on the way. Misses downstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The Oaks have gotten better about laying off on that put-away slider from O'Regan. And it's gotten a little bit less well located, but O'Regan's been pretty good with the location. Just 1 walk all day. Pitch 85 for him coming up.
Tyler Antwine waits on deck. 2-2 delivery. Misses downstairs again. It's a full count on Whitgo. Well, I think more than in any inning we've seen so far, the Oaks are really making O'Regan work. He hasn't been able to be quite as efficient as he has in previous innings. The 3-2. A swing and a miss, a sword swing, and Whitgo immediately regretted committing to that pitch as he is down on strikes for out number 2.
Boy, that would have been a big walk to get 2 runners on with 1 out. But like you said, O'Regan finally gets going with that off speed, gets the swing and a miss on a pitch that was well in the dirt.
Well, there's 2 outs and a check on first. That's Stillwell. Tyler Antwine steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day. A strikeout and a ground out. First pitch high and inside. 1 ball and no strikes.
And notable for the Oaks, a pinch hitter's on deck, Matthew Ramirez, who has not appeared in a game yet. New addition to the team from Ventura College, looking to make his first at-bat in place of Grant Rodriguez.
Here's the 1-0. Popped up into foul territory. It is playable. Asperger underneath it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Good play by Asperger, and O'Regan out of trouble in what may have just been his last inning of the day. He turns in 6 shutout innings against the Oaks. Terrific outing it has been for him. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-0 Saints. We'll be right back. After 5.5 innings, it's 4-0 Arroyo Seco Saints. Oaks call on Seth Slagle, making his 4th pitching appearance of the season. He is 1-0 on the season. He's pitched in 3 total innings this season, has struck out just 1 batter, but certainly had an efficiently strong season for the Conejo Oaks. And we last saw him pitch last Sunday against the Arroyo Seco Saints. He was the winning pitcher. He pitched 1 inning, allowed just 1 hit, and no runs.
Yeah, and he's really settled into his role as the season has gone on, trying to get baseball reps this summer. He spent time at Santa Barbara City College in 2025. Took a year off after that, but he's headed to Ventura College next year to play under David Solis. And started off a little rough against the Foresters, but things got better against the Bombers and were best against the Saints when he had that scoreless inning and got the win.
Well, leading off for the Saints will be Bryce Robinette, who laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 4th inning, but the Saints couldn't make anything of the opportunity that was started by the leadoff double and then the sac bunt as the first pitch changeup outside, 1 ball and no strikes.
And Slagle's got the signature slow delivery when there's nobody on base, makes it tough to time him up.
1-0 pitch, sharp grounder to short. Zach Nagy, a long throw to first, and it pulls Whitko off the bag. Fortunately for the Oaks, he's able to keep it from going to the dugout or beyond, but that's going to be an E6 to start off the inning.
Boy, I don't know how Whitko made that catch. That was crazy that he brought it in. Just a little bit high from Zach Nagy. Got a good stick on it, just couldn't quite throw it over accurately.
Braden Flores now the batter. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a ground out. Robinette at first. Changeup misses just a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So Derek Turner turned in 5 solid innings of work. He did allow 4 runs to the Saints, but certainly pitched strong the entire game. Robinette at first. 1-0 pitch misses high and outside. 2 balls and no strikes now on Braden Flores.
Flores has 2 hits today, a big threat with runners on base.
2 balls and no strikes. Pitch on the way. Grounded to first. Whitko has it. He throws to second for the force there. Throw to first in time for the double play. 3-6-3 on the play. Well executed. And the Oaks make up for the error.
Yeah, they sure do. I think that's the first time all season that we've seen a 3-6-3 double play from the Oaks. We've seen crazy ones, including, I believe it was 5-6-2 when they got a catch, or they got a ground ball through to second and then went home to tag a runner.
First pitch to Evan Reiters, a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Reiters 2 for 3 on the day with a couple of singles and a ground out as well. Here's the 0-1 from Slagle, and it's a slow chopper right to the mound. Slagle has a little bit of trouble with it. He throws to first just in time to get Reiter. So a 3-batter inning. 1 error, but Oaks clean Robinette off the bases with the double play, and Slagle gets out of it. So 6 innings done. We head to the 7th. 4-0 Saints. Stay tuned. We're 2/3 of the way through this ball game between the Oaks and the Saints. Saints have a new pitcher, Oscar Salazar. As Joe O'Regan's day is done, he throws an incredible 6 shutout innings. That is by far his best outing on the season, and a game in which he struck out 5 Oaks batters. He pitched outstanding, but it's time for him to yield to Salazar. Oscar Salazar 0-3 on the season, a 7.77 ERA. Pitched last Saturday for the Saints in the Saints' comeback win against the Oaks, as first pitch is upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. The count, 1-0. Strike on the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And
to Matthew Ramirez, the pinch hitter for the Oaks. Up and in, ball 2.
Yeah, this is the first time, as we alluded to, that Ramirez is playing this season, committed to Kansas Wesleyan after 2 years at Ventura. And he was one of the top hitters under David Solis. Certainly happy to have him here.
That one misses low and away, 3 balls and 1 strike to Ramirez. Rising junior at Kansas Wesleyan. The 3-1 on the way. Grounded right back into the glove of Salazar, who tosses underhand to first for out number 1.
Good first out. Not bad contact from Ramirez, but good to see him get in action. We're certainly going to see him get some hits soon. 322 average in 2025, 307 in 2026. Only a matter of time.
Liam Wilson is the batter. He is walked and flew out to right his last time up. Grounds one sharply right back up the middle for a base hit. Liam Wilson with a 1-out single. It's his first base hit in an Oaks uniform.
That's really an important one for Liam Wilson. He's got a walk and a hit today, really acclimating nicely to Conejo. And how about the lower part of the Oaks order getting going in this situation?
Wilson, the runner at first. With 1 out, Nate Lopez, the batter. Changeup misses upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. Lopez 0 for 2 on the day, a pop out and a ground out. Here's the 1-0. Hits the upper part of the zone, 1 ball and 1 strike. The count on Nate Lopez. Liam Wilson, the runner at first with 1 out. Zach Nagy waits on deck. 1-1. Grounded sharply up the middle and through for a base hit. Wilson will hold at second. It's back-to-back singles here in the 7th inning. The Oaks in business.
Well, the Oaks are happy that Joe O'Regan's out of the game because they've started getting some hits. Back-to-back. Really well done by Conejo. And we've seen these games switch, like we said, last 3 between the Oaks and the Saints have all started with a 4-0 lead, and the other team has come back to win. And the Oaks could just do that right here.
Sometimes that's one of the hidden benefits of the pitch and inning limits for pitchers, that offenses can get aces out of the game a little sooner rather than later. First pitch to Nagy is floated to the right side, and Asperger dives and almost corrals that one. It bounced off his glove, but he just could not hang on, so it's a foul ball as it goes.
That would have been a cool play. Good effort by Asperger, just a little bit out of his reach.
Oh, yeah. Excellent effort. It's an 0-1 count on Zach Nagy. Wilson and Lopez the runners. The 0-1 pitch. Right back up the middle. Nice scoop by Braden Flores. And the two lead runners are tagged out. Well, I think Wilson thought that it was caught. And the Saints turn a key double play, an unfortunate break for the Oaks. And we now take you to the bottom of the 7th inning. Time to stretch here at Jackie Robinson Field. Stay tuned. Well, it's the bottom of the 7th inning here at Jackie Robinson Field, and the Oaks turn to another new pitcher. It's going to be Kyle Zahn. Zahn coming off of his freshman year at Cal Lutheran University, and this summer has been a prominent pitcher for the Oaks. He's 1-0 on the season. He has struck out 10 batters this summer so far, and he faces Brody Cheer to start things off for the Saints. And last time we saw Zahn on the mound was on July 2nd against on July 10th against the Santa Barbara Foresters. He pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 runs on 4 hits. He struck out 2 batters in that game, allowed 1 home run, the 2-run bomb to Nick Salmon. So he comes on and faces Brody Cheer. The first pitch, or I beg your pardon, Jacob Freer. It's no balls and 1 strike.
Cheer, Freer. Easy to get him confused, I guess.
No balls and 1 strike on Freer. He has gone down via way of the K 3 times. Oh, 1 from Zahn. And Freer just gets a piece of it. It's into the glove of Wilson on a hop. It's an 0-2 count. Freer behind once again. He's down to his last strike in this at-bat, and if he strikes out here, that would be 4 on the day for him. Kyle Zahn deals the 0-2. Launch down the left field line. It twists foul, and this at-bat will continue.
Good piece by Freer, who has the 3 strikeouts today. He's really been one of the only Saints hitters to not yet get going.
He's a guy that usually gets going, and here's the 0-2. Fly ball in the air to center. Mealy underneath it. He's waiting, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
Good start for Kyle Zahn. We saw him allow some of that fly ball contact, and it made more damage than it has so far against the Foresters, but it's an important first out.
And with 1 out, here is Sean Asperger. He's 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI double back in the 1st inning. He drew a walk in the 5th. The Saints with a 4-0 lead. The Oaks offense has been quiet on the day, but as we saw last weekend, that can change at any moment. First pitch, fastball down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. And perhaps another sense of deja vu, both of these teams in their respective games at home last weekend led 4-0 at one point and ended up losing that lead. So anything could happen. The 1-0, fastball misses outside. It's 2-0 on Asperger.
Yeah, it feels like, with the 8th inning coming up, too, that's when the Oaks have really shined at the plate and coming back in games. Could be a big chance to do so.
2-0, chopped to the right side. It's foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. And if the Saints can put the Oaks away today, if they can hold on to their lead, the Oaks will have lost to each team that they have played on the road so far. 2 balls and 1 strike. Zahn delivers. Ground ball up the middle, charging hard, and it's Ramirez. He throws to first for out number 2.
So far, Ramirez looks good in the field. And efficiency would be huge for Kyle Zahn if he wants to potentially come out there for a second inning of work in the 8th.
Carson Panarisi, 0 for 3 on the day with 1 RBI. Looks at a strike on the inside corner. Looked like a changeup there from Zahn. 0-1. And it looked like Panarisi went around, they say. He's quickly behind 0-2. He committed a little too far there. Should this inning go any farther, Cannon King waits on deck. Saints up 4-0. 0-2 on the way. Slow roller to short. Zach Nagy throws on to first in time to get Panarisi. A 1-2-3 7th inning for Kyle Zahn. We now head to the 8th inning. It's 4-0 Saints. If you're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube, stay tuned. Seven innings in the books. The Oaks have 2 more shots to come back at the Saints. They're chasing 4 runs. It's the top of the order for Conejo here in the 8th as Owen Mealy chops it. Owen Mealy is 1 for 3 on the day. He singled back in the 3rd inning. The 0-1 pitch, fastball low and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the Oaks ran themselves out of the 7th inning in a rather unconventional double play turned by Braden Flores. As Mealy chops that foul, it was essentially an unassisted double play as it looked like on what was a low line drive caught on a short hop by Flores in which both runners held their places. He tagged the lead runner Wilson and then stepped on second to end the inning. Here's the 1-2. A swing and a miss, a nasty changeup from Salazar, and Mealy is down swinging.
Yeah, that was a really good off-speed pitch. Mealy got fooled for his second strikeout. And a clean start to the 8th. Right at the top of the order, too.
Tyson Reese, the batter now. He's singled back in the first inning. First pitch he sees is fouled off behind the press box. No balls and 1 strike. Well, we saw Tyson Reese go deep last Sunday against the Saints in the 9th inning, which blew the doors open on this game, making it an 8-4 ultimate win for the Oaks. He looks at a changeup downstairs, 1-1.
Reese and Stillwell, the man on deck, both 1 for 3 today.
1-1 on the way. A swing and a miss. That was a changeup that dropped low, and Reese went fishing. It's 1-2. The lights have recently come on at Jackie Robinson Field. It is about that time. 1-2 on the way. A swing and a miss. Tyson Reese down swinging for the second time today. 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts for Salazar.
And Salazar's just been going below the zone and getting whiffs doing so against some of the Oaks' best hitters. It has really not been easy for Conejo today. 5 hits, no runs. The longest they've gone in a game while still being shut out. And it's just been more of the same. Even though Salazar came in, the Oaks had a brief burst, but it was that double play that cost them.
Fastball right down the pipe. Now Stillwell, he singled to left field his last time up. And the Saints now 4 defensive outs away from winning this game. Fastball just missed low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pretty good framing job there from Nick Nashiwa. One ball and 1 strike. That's in the dirt. It's 2-1 now on Caden Stillwell. Matthew Whitko waits on deck, who's been a quiet bat at the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike on Stillwell with 2 outs in the 8th. 2-1, a fastball low and away. It's 3-1 on Stillwell. Two outs in the 8th. The 3-1 pitch swung on and missed. So this at-bat will continue, and Salazar 1 strike away from sending the Saints into the bottom of the 8th inning. Oaks have yet to get on the board. This is by far the longest we've seen them go without getting on the board. The 3-2 pitch. Grounded up the middle, coming in hard is Flores, and he throws to first in time for out number 3. It's a 1-2-3 8th inning for Oscar Salazar. We head to the bottom of the 8th with the Saints up 4-0. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Stay tuned. We head now to the bottom of the 8th inning. Lights on at Jackie Robinson Field. If all goes well for the Saints, this will be their last offensive frame as they lead 4-0 and are 3 defensive outs away from their second straight win. So first up is Cannon King for the Saints. Faces Kyle Zahn. First pitch. Fastball high and outside, 1-0 on King. Well, he launched an RBI double to center field his last time up in the 5th inning. He's 3 for 3 on the day. He's got 2 RBIs. The 1-0. Fastball outside, 2 balls and no strikes on King.
Important second inning of work here for Kyle Zahn. The Oaks offense has been completely shut down this game.
2-0 pitch. Fastball missed outside. It's a 3-0 count on Cannon King. On deck is Nick Nashiwa. So Zahn behind 3-0. He sent down the Saints 1-2-3 in the 7th. He looks to do so again in the 8th. And he delivers a strike there on the outside corner, 3-1.
It's been a great game for King. 2 singles and a double, 2 RBIs today. Nearly hit the double out of the park, which would have been his league-leading 6th home run.
Here's the 3-1. High fastball misses upstairs. It's a leadoff walk to King. First walk issued by Kyle Zahn today.
Well, it's not the worst thing in the world to walk King if you had to choose someone. But that doesn't mean the threat is any less now for the Saints with the runner on and nobody out.
It's actually the second walk that the Oaks have issued on the day, in addition to a hit by pitch. And here's Nick Nashiwa. He was hit his last time up in the 5th inning. First pitch misses high, and Wilson able to rise and keep that one from reaching the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes.
Important snag there by Wilson.
King the runner at first. Saints with a 4-run lead. Here's the 1-0. There goes King. Pitches high. Throw down to second. It pulls Ramirez off the bag, and King will hold at second. Wisely so. It's a key stolen base for Cannon King.
No more double play chance for the Oaks.
And for Cannon King, that's his 3rd stolen base of the season. So he's in scoring position now with still nobody out. And the 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses inside. It's a 3-0 count now on Nashiwa.
And the control has faltered a little bit for Kyle Zahn. Back-to-back 3-0 counts to start the inning.
On the way. Fastball on the upper part of the zone. It's a 3-1 count on Nashiwa. Cannon King in scoring position has got pretty good speed. A single to the outfield could bring him home. Here's the 3-1. Chopped foul to the left side, and it's now a full count on Nashiwa. Nashiwa working a pretty good at-bat here against Kyle Zahn. Runner at second. Nobody out. Here's the 3-2. Poked foul to the right side. Nashiwa really reached for that one and still hit it a great deal foul to the right side.
Just making further trouble for Kyle Zahn, who now has to find another put-away pitch.
On deck is Brody Cheer. A full count pitch on the way. to Nishiwa. Here it is, a swing and a miss. Excellent location by Zahn. He climbed the ladder a little bit, went up and in, and got Nishiwa to chase for out number 1.
Really good pitch on full count for Kyle Zahn. Yeah, like you said, climbed the ladder, got a little bit upstairs, and in a more comfortable situation now after that one.
It's going to bring up Brody Cheer now with a runner at second and 1 out. First pitch. Off speed, misses up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Brody Cheer is 1 for 3 on the day with a double back in the 4th inning. One out. Fastball hits the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. King at second, 1 out. 1-1 pitch, misses in the dirt. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now on Brody Cheer. Cheer, a Cornhusker at the University of Nebraska. Runner at second with 1 out. And the 2-1. Sliced foul out of play. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second with 1 out. 2-2 coming from Zahn. Here it is. Sliced foul out of play. This is an extensive at-bat. The Saints have really been making Kyle Zahn work this inning. Saw Nishiwa put up a great at-bat, work it to a 3-2 count, and right here, Brody Cheer is fouling off some tough pitches and keeping this at-bat alive. The 2-2. There goes King. Pitches high, throw to third, and they got him. King, who previously stole second, is caught stealing third for the second out.
That's really crucial for the Oaks. Great job by Liam Wilson to recover from the missed throw to second. He threw a dart down to third and got King pretty easily.
A full count now on Cheer. 3-2 from Zahn. High fly ball in the air to right field. On the run is Antwine. He is there to make the catch. So Zahn pitches 2 shutout innings. It's 4-0 Saints as they are 3 outs away from their second straight win heading into the 9th. Can the Oaks pull off another miracle? Find out when we come back. Top of the 9th inning, 4-0 Saints. They are 3 outs away from winning their second game against the Oaks as they got the upset victory 5-4 against Conejo at Ventura College on Saturday. Matthew Whitko leads off the 9th for the Oaks. And it's still Oscar Salazar on the mound. Off-speed pitch hits the lower part of the zone for a strike, 0-1. And how about Oscar Salazar? He has been fantastic, has pitched 2 shutout innings for the Saints, has faced 7 batters, with Whitco being the 8th. And he deals inside 1-1.
Really feels like he needed that double play to end the 7th as things were a little bit rocky, allowing back-to-back singles. Since then, he's dialed in, got a scoreless 1-2-3 8th.
1-1 pitch. Chopped backwards foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a beautiful evening now here in Pasadena as sun is setting, but there's plenty of blue in the sky still. It's certainly been a hot day, and so it's very nice that the weather has cooled off quite a bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Whitco. Salazar deals, and Whitco fouls off another to keep the at-bat going.
And the Oaks in Game 28 have not been shut out all season. That could change here. Saints with a win would move to 3.5 back of the final wild card spot. That's where the Barons are.
1-2 on the way. Strike 3 called right on the inside corner. 1 gone. Well, Salazar totally froze Whitco there to record the first out.
That kind of day for the Oaks so far. And Salazar's location has been a lot better as the game has gone on. Saints would really like to just make it a 2-pitcher day. O'Regan for 6, Salazar for 3, and walk out of there with the win. They can do that if they get 2 more outs.
It's Tyler Antwine now, 1 out here in the 9th. High chopper coming in hard is Braden Flores. He throws to first in time for out number 2. That's just business as usual for Braden Flores at short.
And it's up to the new guy, Matthew Ramirez. We saw him ground out to the pitcher first time up. It was a sharp ground ball, but still playable.
So Ramirez getting his second looks at the plate today and looks at a fastball inside for a ball. The Saints 1 out away from the victory. And if they do get this victory, they would, as Ramirez looks at a strike in the lower part of the zone, if the Saints get this victory, they would improve to 12-16 on the season. 1-1 on the way. That one is thrown above Ramirez's helmet for ball 2. Two balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Fastball hits the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes now, and the Oaks down to their last strike. Should it go any farther, Liam Wilson waits on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Salazar comes home, and it's a fastball upstairs to run the count full. Big pitch right here. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's the final. The Saints shut down the Oaks 4-0 at Jackie Robinson Field. And the Arroyo Seco Saints improved to 12-16 on the season, and the Oaks now 17-10-1 on the season as we take you to our broadcast booth. Well, the Oaks get shut out for the first time this season, and the Saints really took care of business here at home. I mean, you got to start with Joe O'Regan. 6 shutout innings. A classic Joe O'Regan start, by far his most dominant performance, and we've been talking about it, that he is no doubt looking promising to possibly make pitcher of the week this week.
Yeah, really good job for him getting the win, 6 shutout innings, and the Oaks were just shut down by both O'Regan and Oscar Salazar. But credit to the starter for going 6 deep, shutting guys down. That's called setting a tone, really just making sure that his team could hold a comfortable lead, and there would be no 4-0 comeback this time. Oaks down to 2-6-1 on the road.
No double deja vu today. Well, the Oaks will be back at home tomorrow for a 4 p.m. matchup against the MLB Youth Academy Barons. I will not be there tomorrow. Calvin will, though. Solo call, as he has done a couple times this season. Well, until then, we thank you all for tuning in. Alongside Calvin Kaplan, I'm Sammy Fawn, and we will see you tomorrow for a Oaks home matchup